Blind people. What attracts you sexually, and what turns you off? Not many people talk about this, but facial features are important to me. I love running my hands over a man's face, feeling his nose, cheeks, and lips. This helps me form a composite mental image of him, and I can more or less imagine the person in front of me. According to my sighted friends, most people with vision don't do this. I think this is one of the few unique differences between us, and in general, I also like when a man takes the lead and tells me what to do. Deep voice, big hands, cologne, a tendency for dirty talk not being stereotypical, that I'm not like everyone else. Soft hair, though I have nothing against bald men. Love hearing laughter and touches to my back, ears, butt, and knees. What attracts me most is a woman's height and her large, firm butt. On the other hand, I'm not very comfortable with skin imperfections. Even something as small as a pimple makes me uneasy because I can't see it, and to me, it feels unnatural. I'm obsessed with tactile sensations, and physical features are my top priority. Things most sighted people don't think about, we take as tools of arousal. For example, if a woman wears heels and flirts or hints at something intimate in conversation, I can tell she's with me out of genuine desire, not pity. I was sighted from birth, but due to an accident, I lost my vision 5 years ago. Before that, my preferences were typical: breasts, butt, and a woman's figure. But now everything has changed drastically. Since I can't judge a person's appearance, I've become more attracted to voice, scent, and tactile sensations, how soft the skin feels. I no longer care if a woman has extra weight. To the touch, it's even pleasant because there's something to hold and feel. In the past, I hugged only skin and bones because I was looking for women with model-like figures. When I meet someone now, the first thing I notice is her voice. And if I like it, I'll continue the conversation because the voice is my eyes. Every person has a scent. I don't mean perfume or deodorant, but the natural aroma of the body that you sense when pressed against someone. Many of my visually impaired friends say they don't care about a woman's figure, that it's not important, blah, blah, blah. But for me, it's a very important factor, and what excites me is knowing that the woman in front of me has a beautiful body. Just by touching a person's hand, I can tell their approximate weight, height, and body type. Some women I've rejected for physical reasons have told me, "You shouldn't care what my body is like. You can't see anyway," and I'm willing to sleep with a blind guy. I always smile when I hear that, because if you don't like something, you shouldn't stay silent about it. I'm used to rejection, and I understand that many people live by stereotypes. Before I answer the main question, I'll respond to something readers are probably wondering: how do blind people write? It's the 21st century. I'm great with computers, and mine is equipped with speech recognition software. I rarely type, I mostly use my voice. What attracts me in a woman is simply her presence, because I'm generally a shy guy who often gets attention out of pity or as an experiment. What's it like? What can he do? What can he do? And so on. Most often, I use Pornhub's section for the blind, which has audio descriptions, and the woman who narrates has a very pleasant, gentle, delicate voice. Many of you will probably go try it, but according to my sighted friends, it's nothing like the actual video material. I've been blind since birth, and aside from my senses being sharper than those of regular people, I get turned on by fantasy. For people like me, fantasy is vast because we don't know what many things look like, including a person. I roughly understand that it's a symmetrical object with arms and legs of roughly equal length, but beyond that, it's complete chaos, and my imagination has plenty of room to roam. I've also heard from girlfriends that every guy is unique, as are their bodies, and oh, what goes on in my head when I think about this while touching myself. For those curious about my own body, like, everything's clear there, and I think if I could see it one day, it wouldn't surprise me or cause a wow effect. When I meet a new person, I sense their smell and hear their voice, which creates a kind of first impression and attraction. I'm aroused by dirty talk when I feel another person's touch on my body, especially on my shoulders, back, and lips. Kissing turns me on because I know the other person's eyes are closed at that moment too, and we're on equal ground. I think there's a big difference between people who have been blind since birth and those who became blind later in life. I saw for most of my life, but 2 years ago, after an accident, I got a cane as my constant companion. There are some advantages, like people move out of my way, and I've never bumped into anyone head on. As for my personal life, Since I know what people look like, almost nothing has changed. I'm attracted to muscles on a guy's body, big hands, and a rough voice. I like when the man takes the lead in the bedroom instead of me. And if before, it was sometimes hard to make that happen, now men simply have no choice. The act itself hasn't changed, you know? Everything's the same as before, except now there's more talking, which I always wanted anyway. A funny fact I have to share, when I invite people to my home, I leave my cane at the door and walk around my apartment like a sighted person. They're surprised and ask how. Simple. My spatial orientation is excellent, and I spend 80% of my free time in my apartment, so I know exactly where every door, gap, lock, hook, and switch is. A not so funny fact, if you have blind friends, don't give them lingerie or clothes. If you don't know what to give, just ask. So it won't get awkward.